Sometimes life doesn't knock loudly. It doesn't send fireworks or grand confessions. It doesn't always come with dramatic music or perfect timing. Sometimes it comes as a quiet feeling, a name that lingers in your chest, a face that appears in your thoughts when the world goes silent. And no matter how much you try to distract yourself, no matter how much you tell your mind to calm down, your heart refuses to let it go. This message is not for everyone. It's for the one who feels something they can't explain. It's for the one who keeps asking themselves, am I imagining this? Do they feel it too? Why can't I move on? Take a slow breath, because what you feel might not be confusion. It might be connection. There are some bonds in this world that don't begin with conversations. They begin with energy. Before numbers are exchanged, before I like you is whispered, before hands ever touch. Two souls recognize each other, not with logic, not with plans, but with something older, deeper, quieter. You don't know why this person feels different. You just know they do. Their presence doesn't feel ordinary. It feels familiar, as if your heart met theirs long before your eyes ever did. Let's go deep, not into fantasy, not into illusion, but into truth. 3 powerful signs that you both secretly want each other, even if neither of you has said it out loud. Sign 1. You feel them, even in their absence. This is not about constant texting. It's not about social media stalking. It's not about obsession. It's about energy. There are people you can talk to every day and feel nothing. And then there is that one person. You haven't spoken in hours, maybe days, maybe longer, but somehow they are still with you. You wake up, and before your alarm even fully rings, their face passes through your mind. You're brushing your teeth, you're driving, you're sitting quietly at night, and suddenly, there they are. Not forced, not searched, just appearing, like your heart is tuned to their frequency. And here's what's even deeper. Sometimes your mood shifts, and you don't know why. You feel heavy for no reason, or you feel peaceful without explanation. And later you find out they were thinking about you, they were struggling, they were missing you. Energy travels. When two hearts are quietly connected, they don't need constant updates. They sense each other. You feel a strange pull to check your phone, and there's their message. You randomly think of them, and they suddenly appear in your life again. You hear their name in conversations. You see reminders of them in songs, places, dreams, and it doesn't feel like coincidence. It feels like alignment. This is not your imagination playing games. This is emotional synchronization. Two souls gently responding to each other without speaking. You try to focus on other things, but something inside you whispers, they're still here. And the truth, if you feel it that strongly, there's a very high chance they do too. Sign 2. You both try to hide it, but your eyes betray you. When two people truly want each other, they don't always confess. Sometimes they retreat, not because the feelings aren't real, but because they are too real. You catch them staring at you, not casually, but deeply, as if they're trying to memorize you. And the moment your eyes meet, they look away quickly, almost guilty, almost exposed. And then you realize you do the exact same thing. You act normal, you speak normally, but when you're near them, your body reacts differently. Your heart beats a little faster. Your breathing changes. You become hyper-aware of yourself. You fix your hair. You adjust your clothes. You suddenly care how you're standing, and it's not vanity. It's vulnerability. Because when someone matters, you don't want to disappoint them. Their voice shifts around you. Maybe it softens, maybe it gets nervous, maybe they talk too much, or not enough, but something changes. There is tension in the air. Not awkward tension, but charged tension. Like electricity, you both pretend not to feel. You try to keep your distance. You tell yourself, it's better this way. They do the same. But then something pulls you back. A memory, a random excuse to talk, a simple, how are you? And even in silence, there is conversation. You understand their pauses. You feel when something is wrong. You know when they're pretending to be okay. You hear the words they don't say, and they understand you too. That level of awareness doesn't happen with everyone. It happens when emotions are shared, even if unspoken. Hidden love doesn't stay hidden for long, because the body always tells the truth. Sign 3. It feels like unfinished destiny. This one is deeper than attraction, deeper than chemistry, deeper than physical desire. It feels like this person has a place in your life, a space no one else fits into. You can meet many people, you can talk to many people, but not everyone feels like home. This one does. When you speak to them, time disappears. 5 minutes feel like seconds. And when you're apart, hours feel heavy. You don't feel the need to pretend around them. You don't exaggerate. You don't perform. You're just real. And somehow they accept that. You feel seen, not just looked at. You feel understood, not just heard. There is safety, a quiet safety, like your soul relaxes around them. You imagine a future, without even planning to, not forced fantasies, just gentle thoughts. What if? And even when life becomes complicated, even when distance grows, even when communication weakens, there's something inside you that refuses to close the chapter because it doesn't feel finished. It feels paused, like the universe pressed wait, not end. You sense that this connection has purpose. Maybe timing isn't right. Maybe fear is in the way. Maybe circumstances are messy, but the story doesn't feel over. And here's something most people don't admit. If it feels unfinished to you, it probably feels unfinished to them too. Now listen carefully. This part is important. Not every intense feeling is destiny, but when peace and depth exist together, when fear and longing coexist, when distance doesn't erase connection, that's rare. That's not common attraction. That's something sacred. Two hearts can secretly want each other for a long time. Pride stops them, fear stops them, past wounds stop them, but energy keeps pulling, because some bonds are not created by logic. They are created by alignment, and alignment doesn't disappear easily. Let me ask you something softly. When you heard this message, did someone appear in your mind instantly, before you even tried to think? Did a name echo quietly in your chest? That wasn't random. Your heart doesn't respond to emptiness. It responds to meaning. Maybe they're silent right now. Maybe they're pretending they don't care. Maybe they're confused. But silence does not equal absence of feeling. Sometimes the strongest emotions are the quietest ones. Sometimes two people wait for each other, both hoping the other will be brave first. Both scared to ruin what feels fragile. Both thinking, what if I'm wrong? But what if you're not? What if they lie awake some nights thinking about you too? What if your name appears in their thoughts the same way theirs appears in yours? What if they check your social media quietly? What if they reread old messages? What if they're fighting their own fear, just like you are? Love doesn't always begin with a confession. Sometimes it begins with recognition. Two souls saying silently, I see you, I feel you, I'm scared, but I care. And here is the final truth. If your heart feels calm when you think of them, if you don't just feel excitement, but also peace, if you don't just feel desire, but also comfort, then this isn't just attraction, it's emotional resonance. And emotional resonance doesn't happen by accident. It happens when two people mirror each other's depth. So don't rush it. Don't force it. But don't ignore it either. Some connections are lessons, some are blessings, and some are both. But when destiny touches two hearts, it doesn't scream. It whispers, softly, persistently, until one day, one of them finally says what both have been feeling all along. Before you leave, close your eyes for just 5 seconds. Breathe slowly. Notice whose face appears without effort. Notice whose name feels heavy, yet warm. That's not coincidence. That's your soul remembering. Maybe their soul is remembering you too, right now. And maybe, just maybe, this story isn't over. Maybe it's only waiting. Waiting for courage. Waiting for timing. Waiting for two hearts to stop hiding and start speaking. So, tell me honestly, who came to your mind while listening? You don't have to say their full name, just their initial, or a small emoji that reminds you of them, or simply say, yes. Because sometimes, admitting it to yourself is the first step toward destiny unfolding. And I'm here, reading every word, feeling every story, just like two hearts, quietly recognizing each other across the silence.